and welcome back to Space Engineers. I'm Duke Skyloafer, and this cryo chamber is really loud. There we go. Yeah, we're back on the hell planet of Helghan. It is daytime now. The ground looks really rusty. So, recap. Open tide. Recap, we landed on this planet. I dug into the ground here to get away from the lightning that's frequently around here. And we're going to start building our base under this mountain. So, what the plan is for today, I have two things I definitely want to do, and then one or two other things I want to start on. So, one of the things is, I did some experimenting on the side to see what a better design for a lightning rod would be, because this was not a good design. The problem was the lightning would strike. So what I learned is that on small grid, lightning does not hit things on top of the decoys. The lightning strike, like it will literally strike straight through. I did a test on this very planet. I stacked up a whole bunch of heavy armor with one decoy under it, and it just blew up the decoy. Even if I surrounded it in heavy armor blocks, it just blew up the decoy without touching anything else around it. So I need to account for that. And also, in my testing, I learned that the decoys could be one block higher up than they are right now, away from the welder. The other problem that I was having was that the welder, being so close to the decoy, would sometimes take splash damage, and then the welder would stop working, and then the whole thing is done. So that's one thing that I want to do. The other thing that I want to do is set up a new script, and this is going to be a temporary situation here because I'm just kind of cramming everything in this back corner here. Actually, let me make a GPS right here. I want to see where we are from the top, because I want to see kind of how deep down we are here. So when we're up top, okay, so we are almost 30 meters underground here from the surface, and we're already like pretty high up on the slope. So that just, I want to know how much room I have to, you know, if I dig up a little bit, how much room I got. So that's pretty good. Anyway, I spent I spent a couple of days in between this recording and the last one working on a script specifically for me to use in this series, which is that I call Weather Station. It's on the Steam Workshop now, and basically what it does is it allows me to detect changes in the weather based on the wind speed. So I'm going to set it up temporarily here, and then I'm going to and when I say temporarily, I mean because I'm probably going to move most of this stuff at some point. Well, definitely, this is not the edge of the base. So anyway, one thing I want to do, change the design of the decoys. Second thing, set up this weather station thing. Third thing, start working on some sort of simple mining vehicle that I could use to both go out and get some ore, because I need to get some magnesium, but also dig out some more space in here so that I can set up some refineries and stuff. That's the plan. So let me throw down a programmable block. There we go. And then I need a wind turbine. And I'm also going to need a timer block and then something to trigger with that timer block, like a rotating light. So here's how the script works. I need to put this timer block somewhere, and I need to put a wind turbine somewhere. I can't put it there because it clips into the ground too much. Actually, I can't put it there because I don't have enough parts. Okay, I can put it there. Can I put it here, or does the wall? Yeah, the wall gets in the way. So really, the only place I could put it for now is like right here. So that's where I'm going to put it. It's not going to do much in terms of power, but in my case, it doesn't need to. The downside of the script, though, is that I need to turn it on when the weather is clear, so we're going to have to wait for that. But that gives me some time to set up the rest of it here. So we'll say... Where did I put that timer? There we go. I might also work on... I want to see what I could do to barricade the opening to this place. Like with doors, essentially, not just barricades. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we did do this somewhat even numbered, although I could put a odd numbered block there. That would work in terms of... I'm stuck. There we go. Man, it's foggy. This would work for... I'm getting distracted. Should be setting up the other thing, but it doesn't matter. I can't do anything till the weather clears up. What is this weather called, by the way? This is just dust. Okay. Doors. So I've got... don't I? Yeah, so I have huge hangar doors. I have large modded hangar doors, the armored hangar doors, giant hangar doors. Don't think I need that. Let's see about... I don't know what each of these things looks like, so let me switch back over to... I think this is the color we were using. Alright, so this is our normal hangar door. This is a potential option for door. If we do these, that's basically the exact width of the vehicle to get in through here, but that's okay. I think I can manage. So we have this one. Then we have this kind that would give us like a little window. I want to do these sideways. I guess I could do them vertically. Let's see. How many blocks tall is this opening here? 2, 3. Oh, great. Three, 4, 5. Alright, that would mean... Jeez, it's dusty here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I had it buried in the ground there, we would go 1, 2, and then we would have to have one here for 3, 4. Oh, no, wait. No, if there was one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, let's do that instead. Okay. Alright, instead of up and down, instead of side to side, we'll do them up and down. Yeah, that doesn't really matter how far across we go, and I could add another row here. Yeah, okay. We'll do that later. I do want to make this airtight on the inside at some point, and the reason for that is because... Oh, also I put a mod in to do over-the-shoulder view, in case we do some, you know, running and gunning. Look kind of cool. But anyway, what I wanted to do was show my normal view, except you can't really see anything. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show. There was a comment on the video from Rumblestrip from last episode that there's enough breathable oxygen here, and there is not. And I think there is supposed to be. Even I know there's a dust storm right now, and oxygen is supposed to be low, but I tried this even when there was no weather, and there's not breathable oxygen here. So, we'll see if other weather allows for it, but in my testing working on the weather station script, I think the oxygen mechanics on planets are a little bit messed up. Like, the weather is supposed to change the oxygen levels, and I was trying to write the script to be able to measure that with an air vent, but the oxygen levels do not change anymore. No, regardless of the weather, unless it is extremely random and unpredictable, like a storm might be raging and the weather, the oxygen just... in other words, I couldn't force it to happen. in all of my testing. I couldn't get the oxygen to change at all. And even on the HUD, not just like what the programmable block was reporting and stuff, but even on the HUD, you know. So I don't know. If we could figure that out, I can always adjust this script. I think this is clearing up soon, but I want to get this light onto something. What can I put it on? Apparently I can't put it on top of you. That's kind of silly. I can't put it on you for sure. I guess I could just put it on the ground. I can't put it on top of that thing. Yeah. Almost out of hydrogen. There we go. I guess I could... Maybe I should have raised that timer block up or something. Well, let's do a... I don't have the column in here, huh? We'll just put that there. And then we'll put this rotating light on top. Of course, I would need a motor and a construction component. There we go. Alright, let's make this thing... you know, let me do it from a control panel. This will be... I want to kind of see how it... Let me drop down. I want to see how it kind of looks. Alright, so... This... Oh, what should we call this place? Oh, we did name this base, didn't we? We're going to name it the hellhole. Alright then. So, that means I can give these things the HH prefix. Alright, so that's going to be my storm light and my timer block. And my weather station programmable block. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have the timer just take this light and just switch its state. This is going to be my weather vane. And I won't worry about the rest of the naming stuff here for now. So, let me change this thing to be, first off, bump that radius up. The rotation speed needs to be way slower. I don't know why 59, I meant to do 50. And maybe that's even too fast. There we go. We could make it... I feel like white is probably going to be good. We'll crank up the intensity just because... Yeah, maybe we won't. That might be annoying. Because if there's a storm, it's going to be difficult to see. So the way this script works is... We need to make sure that there is perfectly clear weather and it's still dusty out. And I'm actually going to use the admin tools here specifically to check for a second. Okay, so it's about half. It's dropping and it's about halfway through. This means it's actually about 3/4 of the way through because it builds up and then it shuts down. Oh, you know what? You know what I should have done? Let me get rid of that for a second, this whole thing. Should have put this on a pillar. That would have looked better. There we go. Alright, let's set that thing up again. since we got some time, we are long radius, a little bit more intense, significantly slower rotation. Go into the timer, set up actions, you're gone. You're there. Okay. So we toggle you off. I don't really need to see the weather vane anymore, and I don't really need to see the... Yep, okay. We will come back to all that. Didn't I turn you off? Or did I turn this thing off? Yeah, I turned the timer off by accident. Okay. So that's go there. I should probably put some other lighting in here at some point too, but... Alright, so while we're waiting for the storm to fully clear up, I keep getting distracted. What the script does is, it takes a baseline measurement of how fast the wind turbine is spinning in clear weather, and then whenever the wind speed starts going higher or lower than that, then it triggers various different timer blocks for you. So that's how the script works. It's fairly straightforward in its logic. All right, so for this thing, we need to turn... Are these on? No, not wind turbines. The welders are off. Okay. We need to... I can see there's also some other damage on here as well. Need to get rid of all these things. I should really just turn that projector off as well. My cat is making his nightly patrols of the house. I don't think that comes through on the mic very well, but all right. I want to keep the light armor because it turns out it doesn't really matter that much. Who's flying through? A bunch of parallax. Actually, I take that back. I am going to keep, just for splash damage purposes, I am going to put a little bit of heavy armor on it. Man, while I was writing that script, I was in like a test world with no mods in it because I didn't want there to be any mods, and I had to break down and put in the sneaky sounds mod because the normal sound of the tools was just absolutely too much. Absolutely insane how loud the game is normally. I've gotten so used to sneaky sounds because I've been using it since like the day they came out, basically, and it is nuts. I tried playing on a public server once, and the sounds, the lack of the sneaky sounds mod was an issue, we'll say. But then I did play on a different server that had a bunch of mods, and they did have sneaky sounds, and that was fun. It was Draconis Impossible Extended, I think, or whatever was the one after the version that Splitsy did. Okay, so weather is clear now. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my script. So let us edit and browse. And I want the version of Weather Station, because I have my local copy here for development, but I want the one that's on the workshop. So this is my script I wrote. Add it in. And the first thing it does is it is telling me, give it a wind turbine name. So we have to tell it the name of the wind turbine. There it is. I'll just copy that and then go to my programmable block, hit the custom data. It will have filled all this out for you. Drop the name of my wind turbine in there, and now it's automatically telling me that the baseline speed in clear weather is that its max output is 75 kilowatts, and then it will monitor this, and if it starts to go up, then it knows the wind is increasing. And if it starts to go down, then it knows the wind is decreasing. So it'll be able to tell me roughly, is there a thunderstorm coming or a dust storm, basically. It doesn't get any more specific than that, unfortunately, so that's the best I could do. I wanted to differentiate more using air vents to measure the oxygen, but like I was saying earlier, they don't. The oxygen seems to be bugged at the moment. It doesn't change with the weather anymore. So, very strange. All right. When I only care about the thunderstorm, so when a high wind event starts, I want to trigger that light, and when it ends, I want to trigger it again to shut it off. You can also trigger on peak, meaning when the storm gets to its absolute worst, then it can trigger something. I don't know why you would do that, but that is an event that it can do. So if you want to wait until the storm gets absolutely its worst and then turn some lights on or something like that, that's the thing. Then there's also some stuff you could trigger if, like, the turbine gets damaged. You can have it alert you or something like that. So I only care about those, so I'm just going to do that. And now, basically what's going to happen here is this rotating light is going to kick on the very instant the weather starts picking up. And even with this thing underground here and not doing much, it's still enough. It'll still pick up the changes in wind, so it won't, it's extremely suboptimal in terms of power. Is it actually going up right now? Yeah, there's a high wind event happening right now. Yeah. So there you go. I think it might have already started before I put in the name of the timer block, so that's why it didn't kick on. I'm just going to go ahead and kick this on. Wait, did I turn the timer block off? Trigger it. Okay. That should turn off when it's over. So it can tell that the max output is trending up right now, and we could also see that it's getting kind of foggy in here because there is something rolling in. What is it? It's more dust. Okay. So that's the downside of it, is that there's no so I guess I'm just going to turn this off. Well, no, I don't want to do that because then it'll turn back on as soon as this dust storm is over. Either way, actually, maybe what I should do is change this out and just put an actual light here, just so that when it gets really dusty, a light will turn on. I think that's actually a pretty reasonable thing to do. So what will we do? We could do a light. What a light would this? If I did this, would it just kind of look like a fancy-looking lamp? Kinda. I don't really want to do that. I want to do like a interior light. I guess for now, we're just gonna do an interior light. I'm not. All of this is temporary, so this is gonna be my storm light. And we will crank up that radius and leave the intensity. All the rest of that is fine. And I'll go into my timer, take this feller out, put my light in, toggle it on and off, and then I can just get rid of this light. So if the script is working, and it had better be, otherwise I'm going to have to break out Visual Studio and start debugging stuff. If this script is working, then when this storm is over, this timer block should trigger that light to shut off. So right now we are still trending up. We haven't yet hit the peak of the storm. Anyway, let's get back to what I was doing over here. Oh boy. Ow. I need to turn on the lights on the truck. Not those lights, these lights. There we go. Now I can see what's up. I can also delete this GPS. I don't need this GPS. Where are you? Here. Don't need that. Actually, let's clean these up real quick. I don't need the other side, or the wall one, or the far one. I will keep the hellhole entrance. And I'll keep all these in case we ever go back to space. Alright, so who's flying around? I notice there's a lot of parallax on this planet. It's interesting. Alright, so for my newer design... You know, I was thinking before that I should drive this truck out to the entrance and have it charge off the solar panels for a little bit, and now I'm like, I get like 5 minutes in between storms, so I don't know. I don't think these solar panels are going to end up being worthwhile to have on this thing, to be honest. Okay, what do I need to build? I need some heavy armor. I need a decoy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're going to go doot doot. Doot. 3 doots. Doot doot doot. And decoy. I don't remember what color we were doing. I think this color? Seems right. Single decoy. Anything more than that is not worth it. And then we're going to throw a little bit... Actually, do we even need to bother putting more heavy armor around it? It's just more material to get blown off. So... Actually, you know what? That's a good point. This is just more material to get blown off. Let's do light armor. It's not as expensive to replace a single steel plate every time the lightning accidentally destroys the arm this thing is sitting on. So, yeah, we'll do that. Do we care which way it faces? I don't. Actually, I do. I'm going to make it face that way. It doesn't matter, is what I meant to say, but no. I care, but not that much. Okay. So... you know, we could make that look a little bit nicer, couldn't we? We could use a, okay. I'm going to fix that blue here in a second. Okay. So there we go. So this is basically all I need. Basically, I over-engineered the problem last time. Having multiple decoys just gives it more things to destroy and more material for it to have to try to repair when it is trying to fix. Having decoys underneath heavy armor blocks and stuff didn't matter. The lightning passes straight through those blocks on small grid and just targets the decoy directly. The lightning also seems to only ever go after the oldest decoy on the grid. So in other words, if you were to sort all the decoys on the grid by their original name, it's going to look for the first one that comes up in the list, and that's the one it's going to target. So it'll probably be shooting this one constantly. This thing should be able to repair it fast enough, as long as I have the materials on board. And if for some reason it doesn't, then it will begin targeting this one. The nice thing about it being one further block up than before is that this thing can still repair it rather quickly, like basically instantly, but the splash damage from this thing getting destroyed won't move down into the welder anymore. So it used to be it would destroy it, it would hit it here and it would damage the welder. It'll be good now. So I just need to make sure I have enough of these components in the vehicle all the time. Is this storm already peaking? Because those decoys do get destroyed every single time. Yeah, so there we go. Wind speed is trending down, and the storm is almost over. So hopefully Oh, my light already turned off. Interesting. Interesting. Did I put the names in the wrong place? High wind event end timer. High wind event start timer. It seems like it went off. It triggered it at the peak, which might be a bug in the script. I don't know. Either way, let's turn it back on. Actually, let me just trigger this, and then we'll see if it. Ooh, that's close. We'll see if it turns off when the storm gets all the way down to the bottom, which should be. It still takes a while. It kind of is like a. It's a. Well, no, it's not really a parabola. Actually, it is. It's a parabolic curve. So I think as it gets close to the end, it starts to speed up a bit. So. Okay, either way. All right, so that's done. That's done. Let's see what the cockpit is saying about weather. Yeah, it's saying dust still. I'm going to try to drive this thing forward. Now that well, actually, you know what? I need to take a blueprint of it and load that blueprint in. So let's... is there anything? Yep, there we go. So the light just shut off. And the light turned... What is it doing? Oh, that's interesting. Apparently the... I'm going to have to test for that in the script a little bit, because apparently we hit the baseline and then it went up and down a couple of times. I hadn't seen that in any of my testing, and I tested on this very planet, so we'll see. Anyway, blueprint. Dune Strider 1. Go into the projector. Turn it on. Remove the current blueprint. Put in the new Dune Strider. Oh, did I just replace the blue? I just replaced the blueprint. I meant to replace it in the other thing. Let's just delete this blueprint. Take a new one. I'll just hit all the buttons. Blueprint again. Projector. Blueprint. Dune Strider 1. Copy to clipboard. Multiple grids are not supported. No big deal. Keep projection. Everything is built, which should mean that we are good to go. So if I deposit, let's see, you've already got a bunch of stuff in here. If I just grind off, what should I grind off here? If I grind you off, good, okay, that's there. Perfect. There we go. Alright, let me grab small grid, not projector, decoy. Small grid decoy, just add a whole bunch of these to the build planner. And yep, that's pretty much it. Alright, that's enough to make like 15 of them or so. So I'm going to, assuming that we are not going to have another weather event starting anytime soon. How are we actually looking over here? No, we have another weather event starting. What's this one? This one is dust again. I'm going to roll this thing forward since it's just dust. And put the... open up our solar panels here. And just see what we can get. Maybe we'll get a little bit of sunlight going before we before the dust comes in. All right, where's the sun even at? Oh, geez, there's a hole in the ground here. All right. Yeah, I'm sure we're not going to get a whole lot, but we got more than nothing. So, what's our power situation like here? Batteries at 60%. I think we'll be okay. If I have to run out here later on and grab it, that'll be fine. Okay, so we got all of that set up. I'm not sure why this thing isn't triggering at the start. I don't know. That's weird. This was working in all of my tests. Anyway, I'll debug it later. Actually, you know what? It probably is that thing that's happening where... I wonder if it's because the turbine is such a low speed right now that it's having trouble actually measuring the initial change, and it might be triggering multiple times. I'm not super worried about it. Normally, you would put your wind turbine in a better location than I did, but I don't want to stick it out there because it'll just get struck by lightning right away. And I don't have the infrastructure to fix it. Alright, so where do I want to put my doors? Let's see. Where do I want the windows to be? The windows aren't going to be... No matter where I put it, the windows aren't really going to be at human height. So... Kind of rough going there. I think we probably want to do heavy armor for the frame. Nah, we're not even gonna do a frame. Well, we will on the top, I guess, but yeah. Okay. Where do we want the door to be? We want it to be a little bit under here. So maybe like right here. So we'll put the windows on the... I lost my doors. We'll put the window ones on the bottom just because that makes slightly more sense than anywhere else. Hopefully I can drive over this. Should be able to. What do I need? Steel plate? We're not going to really be able to build these up right away, but... Oh, you'll also notice I fixed the clock, the compass mod, so you actually do see the time. Now it's 11:21 a.m. local time. There's the sun. Yeah, we're not getting much sun here. Alright, where did I take the blocks out? There we go. Alright. What is the deal? Why can't I place these? Oh, they don't have a... Well, let me guess. They only have a... Mount point is only on the bottom. Or the sides, which means I could do this. But I can't do this. I would have to do... I would have to get... Where's the airtightness on this thing? These are airtight... Whoops. These are airtight hangar doors, right? So we would have to be... Yeah, okay. So they're airtight that way. Oops. So we will have to build up some sort of a frame for them to attach to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to lay down another row right here, and I think that's going to be my frame going up. So we'll be... This hole is a little bit off-centered, but we're just going to put it there. Because I want to seal this all up anyway, so this will work. Alright, and then we can do this. And then I am pretty sure this is also going to be part of the frame here. So I'm turning this into a 5-block opening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which should be enough to pull the truck in and out. No. which one are we going to do for the upwards? Do we like... I think we determined this door is too small for that vehicle. I'm about to lose my... let's see. That one... Which one matches... I guess this one matches better, so let's go with this one. There we go. That will be our main door. And it'll probably be better to make this heavy armor at some point, but for now it's fine. I don't have the materials to weld this thing all up, so does not matter too much. Are we getting any... Oh, we're still getting a little bit of sunlight on these things. That's not bad. How much are we doing? 25 kilowatts. Okay. It's probably running the lights on there. Okay, so then the next thing we want to do is make something that I can use to continue mining this area out. And I think I'm probably going to do... Well, what did I do? Start welding a block here? Give me my steel plate back. There we go. I think what I want to do is build like a single drill flying miner kind of thing. And then we'll... I think I brought some uranium. I could probably... I don't know that I brought the components for a reactor, though, now that I think about it. We're probably going to have to get some sort of a... I'm going to have to pull the vehicle back in here because that's got my only assembler on it right now. We're going to have to build like a large reassembler in here. And we're probably going to have to risk building some sort of energy infrastructure for the time being because this battery isn't going to last forever. Although its power is going up right now thanks to the valiant efforts of this wind turbine and the fact that the dust storms keep causing its power to go up ever so slightly. Yeah, let's see if we can build an assembler in here. Then I'll at least have a big assembler. Because the one on the truck is a small assembler. Let's see, we're not going to need a jump drive anytime soon. Yeah, and then we'll have to think of a better power solution for the time being. Now, there is a ton of ice over there. We could go get a ton of ice and power this thing off of hydrogen for the time being. That's probably a good idea. Let me get a power module on here. Pretty sure I can afford one of those just to help with the power. I'm not going to fill it up with them. Oh. I never got all the components for that. Alright. Yeah, I think we're just going to back the truck in here. Otherwise I'm going to be running back and forth. Do I want to close the things? I don't think so. I'll leave the solar panels open. I do want to make sure I don't hit the new doors, though. They are... I should be plenty between them right now. Plenty even. Do I fit in here, like where I can close the doors? I think so. Yeah, okay. Go forward a little bit. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Then I can close these doors at some point when I have the ability to close these doors. Plenty of room. Cool. Alright. Cannot withdraw power cells or metal grids. Do I have those? Did I drop those off over here? I did. Alright, then let's throw a oxygen generator somewhere. Let's see. Oh, I know what we could do. This is an assembler. This is an oxygen generator. There we go. This thing does have a... Okay. We'll throw it there. And then we'll grab a hydrogen engine and put that guy right there. Yay, alright. I was trying to remember whether or not I put all of the ingots into that cargo container, and it looks like I did. So that's good. That means I could probably take everything back out of here. I just got to remember to put components for decoys in there before I go out. And I think I am going to drive the truck down to the lake, fill it up with ice, and then... we already have ice in here, don't we? Yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah, that's all of our ice there. What we should do is perhaps set up some event controllers. I love using these things. I think we could set up 2 of these to turn this thing on and off, depending on whether or not the battery can handle it. We'll just leave it running all the time. It'll charge the battery up, and then it won't, it'll just sit there. It'll be fine. We'll just leave it run. I'll go grab some more ice from down the road, and I am going to grab this iron. No, I'm not. We're not going to grab the iron yet. We'll leave it there. I need to know, for a decoy, I need, if I want to say, let's have 50, the ability to have 50 decoys, like let lightning strike 50 times, I essentially need 50 of each of these things, and then 100 steel plates and 100 small steel tubes. So 50 radio components, 50 computers, 50 construction components. So 100 of those. I don't have enough of those, so let's make more. What else did I need? Radio components. I only have 15. Alright. Oh, there we go. My light is doing its thing again. That means we're probably getting to the end of the storm. Yeah, it looks like it drops down... Yeah, that's weird. It drops down below the baseline briefly before it levels out, which causes it to trigger the block multiple times. I can account for that in the script. So, I'm not going to do it right now. What was I doing? I was making antenna components. Let's make 40 of them. And then, what else did I say I needed? Construction components, right? And then antenna components, I need more of those. There was one other thing that I needed. It was... Does anyone remember? It wasn't motors. Computers? It's got to be computers, right? Got to be computers, yeah. Computers, okay. Where are you, computers? Okay. tube. There we go. Don't need, yeah, I do need 100, that's right. Alright, you go in there. You go in there. And you go there. Along with 10 of the, oh, am I full? I'm full. Alright, let's put all those in the truck. And then a couple more radio components. I don't want to put in more than I need, so there we go. So that there's 50 decoys. And I am going to, there we go. What is the status of our weather here? We are having no weather happening right now. We are going to drive out, since I got decoys actually functional. We're going to drive out straight down to that lake there. Pick up a whole bunch of ice. And then come on back, basically. Alright, where do we think is a good place to drill ice at? I don't want to be kind of like right in front of the opening, so maybe like just right off to the side here will be fine. Alright, keep your ears open for lightning. Where's my drill? There we go. Certainly is a trippy material to be standing on, for sure. Ooh, wreck detected. Should we go and check that out before it storms? Where is it? It is 5 kilometers in that direction. Does it look like it's already starting to get a little foggy here? Nope, still clear. Alright, well, let's keep getting ice for now. I do want to kind of go see what's in that wreck, though, so... Alright, how much ice did we just get here? I'd say a good amount. Let's go check out that wreck, and then we'll head back, and hopefully we don't get caught in a thunderstorm. Let's see, which way is it? It's over that way. We are not in a thunderstorm yet. There we go. It's hard to drive on ice. Believe it or not, it's actually slippery. I think we checked out this boulder last time. We also need to get out and get some magnesium, because I have 0 ammo. Let's see, I think last time I figured out if I go up this way, then I can kind of get over this mountain without falling off. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. But then did I make it over this one without falling off? Let's be careful with this here. Yeah, there we go. No big deal. Now, I've never actually been to one of these wrecks before, from whichever... Oh, jeez. Come on. There we go. Oh! Nope, 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 nope. Okay, well, we lost a... Well, we didn't entirely lose a solar panel. It's still here. Let me go get it. I could use it to repair the one that's missing. That's a nice thing about having gyros on a rover. Oop. Yep, there we go. Don't really need the other one. For now, at least. And we will just be a little bit more careful with that. Oh man, what did I lose here? Oh, that was all my jump drive control stuff. Okay. Let's fold up that last one here. And we'll try not to fall off any more cliffs. I'll drive slow till that folds up. I have a script on the rover called DAS, Driver Assistance Script, and that was the script handling that. So basically what it did was, I should actually turn these thrusters on too. When I go off a cliff, there are thrusters that pointing down underneath that it attempts to slow the fall, and then if I need help getting up or stopping, it will use the forward-backward thrusters, and then it tries to like adjust the suspension when it detects a fall, basically. And it knows there's a fall because I have cameras underneath and it knows. It's a script. Alright. I don't know if these wrecks are potentially hostile. Like, I have no idea what we're going to find at this wreck, so. If it is hostile, I am probably going to bug out and just head back, just because... well, actually, no. This thing has a survival kit on it. If I die, I'll just respawn right here, so. I was thinking I don't want to respawn back at base and then have to get myself all the way back out here again. Alright, we'll park here behind this ridge and then take a look over. I guess I could have gotten a little bit closer to it. Well, nothing's shooting at me. I don't know what this is. Ow. That was my bad. It is just a wrecked vehicle. It's got some things on it. Not much. Yeah, the basics of an MES spawn. Alright, so not a whole lot of stuff. I could probably get... Yeah, I could get a couple of components out of this. Let me go grab the truck. There it is. Still clear weather. I wonder if every wreck is like this, where it's just completely benign kind of thing. Ooh, there's also a... Hang on a second. What is this? Turn on the ore detector and see what that boulder is over there. That's a magnesium boulder. I'm going to try and pick some up. If I grind this thing down, is it going to explode? No. don't know if none of this looks like heavy armor. This all looks like light armor, although I did just see some windows here. This thing looks like it should be two separate grids. Oh no, it's not. Okay. I thought it had split in half, but then was still acting like a single grid. That's probably the probably the majority of worthwhile material out of this. The rest is just steel plate. Although it's a lot of steel plate, I don't have the ability to bring back a lot of steel plate. So I should have grabbed my really good grinder. Yeah, alright, I'm not going to just sit here grinding that down. Let's head back. There's a dust storm starting anyway, so we can go ahead and get rid of that, and we will head back. And hopefully we'll make it back before the dust storm makes it too hard to see. Let's see, let's go around. Nickel, iron, gold, uranium, iron. Yeah, when I have the ability to mine better, this planet is going to be... This planet better watch out. What are we doing on battery now? 55%. There's magnesium. I'm going to head toward it. I'm pretty sure it's underground magnesium, but if it's a boulder, I want to grab some. Yeah, that's definitely underground magnesium. Cobalt. Ooh, there's cobalt here. Ooh, that was the only... I think that was the only... Ooh, slow it down. I think that was the only one I hadn't found last time I was driving around. There we go. Let's... usually I say H for hole, but I don't have a hole yet, but that's fine. Oops. Yeah, that was the only one I was driving around before, and I didn't find it right near the base, so... Now I know. Alright, what looks like... It's probably gonna... I think actually this bank is probably gonna be the best way up. Well, that big mountain right there is home. Let's see. Actually, let's go down. And also, actually, let's turn this ore detector off. Yep, that is rough. We got it, though. Let's see. I had... How did I get up here? There was a way... Was it going around? I think it was actually going around. Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna try and do a kind of a sideways crawl down. think we'll be okay here. Yeah, we're good. So since we just have a dust storm going on, I'm going to grab a little bit more ice before we go, before I head back in. Then I should be able to start... Should be able to start on the miner. Let's see, what I want to do is put the components that I salvaged into the cockpit so that I don't mix them up with the decoy components that are in the connector. Otherwise, I just got to measure all those out again. Ember Strike Corvette. At least he's moving away from us. That's good. Alright. Let's do one more quick round, and that should be enough to last us a while. This planet is depressing looking, I gotta say. Depressing looking. Should I back in? I'm not really using the connector anymore. Yeah, we'll back in, why not? No, actually let's not, just because. Just because. Trying to figure out which block I needed to aim for when I drive in so I don't hit the walls. There we go. Hey, rumble strip. There we go. Oh, you know, let's turn off these thrusters too. Alright, at some point, we're going to want to plug this thing in. Let me actually grab all that stuff back out of here. That in there. Let's see how much of this ice. See, now that actually I think I can grab ice through here, which is going to take me a while. That thing already burned through all the ice. Is my O2... Yeah, the one on here is full-ish. That's fine. You can just stay like that. Helghan is being a little... Actually, it's not too bad, now that I've gotten kind of used to it. So, I redesigned my decoy system, and it should be working a lot better now. I tried to write a script that would use this wind turbine to detect when the storms are coming, and so far it has somewhat worked, but it's there's a lot of false positives. Also, the dust storms are detected as storms. So. But we have a hydrogen engine going now to charge up that battery. And we have a ton of ice. And it's taking me a very long time to move it. Almost. Oh, really? I'll come back for it. All right. Wonder how long that's gonna take. So we have 32K in there, and we could probably put all of it into here for now. Or maybe not all of it will fit. That's okay. All right, so what we're going to do is start to build a... I'm going to back this guy up a little bit since our doors don't even work yet. Nope, whoa, whoa. Okay. That should be good. I'm not going to replace that solar panel we lost. I'm just going to leave it alone for now. It's fine. It gets... The only thing I don't like about this planet so far, aside from all the lightning, which we haven't had any today yet, the only thing I don't like is that these dust storms make it truly impossible to see anything. And my goal is that we can dig so far into this mountain that eventually the weather effects don't bother us anymore. Because it is possible to dig far enough into the voxel that the weather effects don't get to you, but you have to go really, really far. So we'll get there eventually. The other thing we discovered is that the lightning cannot strike us in this cave. It just keeps hitting the top of the wall. So that's pretty cool. One downside, though, is, Rumblestrip, I saw your comment on the last video about the weather here being breathable, and it is not. Even when it's clear weather, it is not. And I think that is not intended. I think that's a bug. Because I also went to Pertam and tried this, and I was taking damage there too. Although Pertam's weather is a little bit different in the sense that it... Shouldn't I be getting H2 from this too? I don't think the dust inside goes away when it's airtight. I think the, like any sort of particle effects like rain don't generate inside, but any sort of like post-processing effects like fog will still be inside airtight interiors, even if it's, unless you're like really, really deep into the voxels, then eventually it does fade out. I don't know why it's like that. But yeah, so when I was working on this script, what this script does is it looks at the speed of a wind turbine to figure out whether a storm is happening, essentially, whether it's deviating from baseline. And I tried to measure oxygen changes with an air vent as well, and what I discovered was the oxygen doesn't change with the weather anymore. On certain weathers on certain planets, the oxygen is supposed to go up and down with the weather, and you used to even see it on your HUD down at the bottom, wherever it is on whichever HUD you're using. You used to see it go up, like if you're on some planets, you would see it be like low, and then it would go to none or something like that. You would see it, but on the air vent, it just never changes. It always registers whatever the normal oxygen level is. So, at the very least, I couldn't use the admin tools to recreate that scenario, is how I'll leave it. But if through actual experience here we find out that the opposite is true, then I might adjust the script to use the air vent as well. Because then I could kind of tell, like right now, it knows when when the wind is going up, and it knows when the wind is going down. And that's pretty much it. And if we also look at whether or not the oxygen is dropping, we could maybe detect that it's just like an electrical storm. The oxygen should be dropping. But either way, the plan will eventually be to pressurize part of this area. I'm talking a lot, and I really should be building a little mining ship. What do we want to do to build a little mining ship? We could... do I want to do the whole... You know what? I think I'm going to go old school and drop a landing gear because I don't feel like building up all of that infrastructure, although I do need a steel plate. Give me a bunch of those. Give me a couple of those. Couple of those. That's probably all I need to get going on this thing. This is going to be a very simple miner. Mostly for digging, but I also do want to go out and get some magnesium. But we need to dig out more room so I can put in like refineries and stuff. That's the main motivation here. So let's just drop one of these guys in and build it up a little bit so I don't accidentally grind it down. And yeah, let's see. What are we going to do here? We need... Everything is going to be this color, apparently. Pick a different color. Let's make it this... Let's make the whole thing this blue color. What do we want it to be? I do want it to have a connector. We don't need wheels. Let me clear all this stuff out. And let me not do this while I'm flying. We need it to have a connector. We need it to have thrusters. Do I want to use the sci-fi thrusters or do I want to use the regular thrusters? Tough choices, because the small grid regular thrusters don't look terrible. I think I am going to use those. We'll use those. We want some cargo. We of course need a drill. Now I'm wondering, because I was thinking originally we would do one single drill, and that would be, you know, like short and sweet. That's all we do. One drill, like and a seat, essentially. But now I'm wondering if I'm going to go to all the trouble to make a mining ship, if I shouldn't just go whole hog and make the whole mining ship, you know. I think that is probably a good idea. So instead of doing a seat, maybe we will do a regular cockpit, put the drills on the front. I don't want to use any of these modded cockpits. None of them are good for miners. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll do a 2 or 3 drill setup. I want to be able to do some real tunneling with it, so maybe we'll do a 3 drill setup. Or I could do multiple. I could actually do, once we got enough going on, I could actually do like a 4 or 6 drill setup would be good. Alright, what's my... On the small grid, I have these things on the back. I'm also going to need gyros. There's a bunch of things I'm going to need here. We're going to want an ore detector, and we're going to want some conveyors. Where's them little guys? Okay. Let's see. So if we had this thing, I want to kind of be in line with this, and I don't want it to be too... I don't want it to be sticking out too far out the bottom. Do I want to do... Yeah, that'll be too big. I think we might do 2 of these. This is all ore. I'm not going to do like I did at the asteroid base where I made it configurable, where I could change the stuff out the front, because that one was a little bit of a... required a lot of design compromises in order to be able to like have large components. You know, it had to have large conveyors everywhere, and I don't really want to do that. So I think I'm going to do 2 rows of these, and maybe run conveyors down the middle. Yeah, let's try that. What if we let's see, or we could run, oops, I hit my mic. We could run this up down the middle. Let's see. Let's put you there. You can have large thrusters for up and downness. So I'm kind of thinking is maybe we do kind of hang these off the side a little bit. And let's see, where would we, wait, hold on. I gotta think this through. How am I gonna connect this? I want this to be really, really compact, but I don't want this to be too compact. We could, if we did one single, if we only had one of these, we could just put it vertically, but I want a lot. I want to be able to get a lot of ore. Alright, let's think this through here. Let me take a drink of water while I think this through. I think we're going to have to do some elaborate pipe out the kind of back of this connector. And then we can use that pipe system to attach the cockpit to the front. So, if I were to go... I guess the other question is, how protected against lightning do I want this thing to be? And I think my answer is not very much. Like, I'm not going to try to protect it from lightning too much, because if I'm out and about and a lightning storm starts, I just dig into the ground and wait it out. That's my plan. So, alright, if I put this at that level, I think this will work. So then my connectors are there. That gives me a little bit of space for something. I'm not going to bother with like any sort of alternative fuel source. Man, where am I going to put batteries? I could put a battery... I guess I could just go back with batteries down the middle, kind of thing. Let's see, now I wish I had put some sort of connector out from there. That would have been a better way to go. Let me brace this a little bit here. Alright, we're gonna do one of these fellers here and go... Actually, what I think I'm going to do, because I want to be able to take in oxygen from the atmosphere, I'm going to put a vent on one of these, and then the other one, we are... There we go. We'll just put one of these. And from there, I can go... You know, I have designed so many of these mining ships. I don't know why I don't just go into my own workshop and pull out a mining ship design to use, but I'm not. Where am I going to put the drills? Oh, I could put the drills on the coming out of the port on the front there. That will work. I guess I could even have these go forward like this and just block my view of the side. Yeah, let's not do that. But that does mean that I can do... Ooh, you know what? Let's space these out one more. Just in case I want to get like some thrusters in between there. Let's space these out one more. Alright, I think that is good. I think I could get rid of my bracing underneath this thing. You know what? I'm going to leave one extra block right there just in case. Alright, so that will be the width. So I need the drills to come out about that far. This thing's starting to look like a play school Y-wing is what it's starting to look like. Imaginext Y-wing is what we've got going on here. If you've got kids, you know. Alright, what am I... I missed something here. Why did I set up the bar? It's so weird. We got T-junctions now, right? Yeah, there we go. There we go, that's what I was missing. So that connects into there, does not connect into there, but then it comes up and goes to these two things, which do connect into the cockpit, and then those go into these cargo containers, and I think that is a good thing. So, batteries. We probably, that's not batteries. I love these warfare batteries, we're going to go with those. We could do... Let's see. I could kind of line them up down the middle like this. I could put them even with the connector, although I do kind of risk hitting them on the ground when I come in. Where am I going to put the downwards thrusters? I could put them at the very back, actually. That's probably a good idea. I want a whole ton of forward-facing thrusters because I might be moving downwards, but I also need a lot of thrusters. That's the deal with thrusters. Need lots. Let's do battery. Yeah, that's okay, maybe. Maybe that's okay. I should probably weld some of these things up before I can't get to them anymore. Let's weld up some of these things. You are not what I meant to weld up. Oh, shush. I'm well aware. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm not going to do those batteries yet, because in case I want to move them, I don't want to lose the power cells. Will 2 large batteries be enough, or should I slap on another one? I think I'm going to do another one. I know it's going to add to the weight, but I'm hoping some really large downward thrusters will make up for it. In other words, like 2 of these guys. I think that'll be okay. I mean, we could do a ton of them, but I think that's overkill right there. And I probably want to use this space for something involving braking thrusters. So we could do our lateral thrusters, we'll probably do along the top. Or, yeah, we'll do them along the top. Reverse, or forward thrusters rather, we'll do along here, and I've got this extra space in here. I could do additional, like tons of additional downward thrust, actually. So that's looking good. I should get something else that connects, whoops, something else that connects this outer thing to this, just so that we have some more connections there. But let's look at what our drill setup is going to be. So if we did, let me just kind of map this out here. So let's say we do that, and then we do a drill. Okay. Pretty standard stuff. Nose drill. There we go. If we go from the drill out one, and actually I'm going to use these because then I could connect other stuff to them, because they have all of the... Alright, so we'll do a T-junction there. T-junction there. No. You did not listen. T-junction, blah, blah, blah. T-junction there. Is there a reason this thing needs to be that and not just a straight-out conveyor? If I put a thing here, is it gonna drop off if I grind that out? Okay. Where is my... There we go. Let's do just a straight up conveyor tube, and we'll put it so I could see it for fun and profit. Okay. So we could do that. We could just be... This thing is going to be drills for days. That right there, I believe, is plenty for tunneling. And actually, I think we could spread that out another block, couldn't we? And still left-click tunnel and not leave things in between? I think so. I think so. We're already... Like, this thing could be... I could put a PAM script on this thing, and it could tunnel itself, which is actually pretty cool, now that I think about it. I don't really want to do that on this planet, though, because I don't want any drones flying around unsupervised where they're just going to get hit by lightning all the time. And also, I know I'm about to jinx myself here, but we haven't had any lightning storms at all today.
Energy low.
That doesn't count. Okay. So, yeah, I think I'm going to put a second row of drills on it. I'm going to space them out one... Actually, I need to measure how wide this thing is to make sure it can get out the door. That's something I had not considered. Where's my... Yep. Come on, fill it up. Fill it up. Okay. Okay, how many... 4 blocks wide is how wide the truck is. And the opening, I think, is 5 blocks wide. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm not really worried about, I'm not really worried about the height of it, but we are 1, 2, we are within 4 blocks, so we're good. I'm going to extend this out one more. And... Hey JDK, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. We're building a miner. A major miner. That's what I should call this thing. That's a terrible name, and that's what I'm going to call it. Unless someone has a better idea. I'm open to suggestions. T for 2. One thing that I have learned in my short career of streaming is that it is better if I just let my inner thoughts fly, because it's more entertaining that way. As long as my inner thoughts don't get me banned. Alright, how high... Okay, so technically this thing is a 3x3. So one... Well, I don't want to go too high because then we're just being ridiculous, but I believe this thing can go... So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, we could go up to there, I think, and it would still be... Like, I could still tunnel with it, but I don't want to go up that high. We'll just be way too high. This thing will just be way too top, front heavy, whatever. I may want to add more... Well, I'll add more small lift thrusters. When these things get really full, this thing's going to get really heavy, so... Alright, how high did I say this should go? That is about the height of the... Yeah, that'll work. We'll throw a... T-junction? Where'd you go, T-junction? There we go. T right there, and then that will be our... where we'll put our drills. So, drill off one side. Is that too much? Is that going to be too much? I don't really know how to make this thing look like it's a cohesive unit. Yeah, visually I don't like it. I think functionally that is the way to go, but visually I think that's way too tall. Alternatively, like this thing is super compact. I could just kind of go up one and put these right in the center, and I think we might even be good there, but I'd rather have... Nah, I wouldn't. I don't care if it looks terrible. We'll figure out some way to make it look like it's cohesive. The cohesive part is not my concern for the day. What did I put here? This is a regular conveyor tube, and I want to put a T-junction on top of it so that these things are essentially right on top of each other. Not the most efficient in terms of functionality, but it will be efficient in terms of looking awesome. The most efficient awesomeness you can have is what we're dealing with here. Alright. Curved. Not curved. 1, 2, T. Right? Yes. There we go. That thing ought to mine some good tunnels. Yeah, that's way overkill. That is way overkill. I think I might do the thing I said before and actually just raise the drills up one. Yeah, this is too much. I don't like it. It's all gone. I can make that a little garbage bin if I want. Alright, so if I raise it up one, how bad is this going to block my view from the inside? I was literally about to try and squeeze myself into this frame to look out the front. That's where I'm at tonight. I love it. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad, actually. I could maybe even, if I push it forward one, I could even put like a little screen on there. So that's not a bad idea. We're going to do that. Yeah, then I could put a little screen there and I could see, I don't know, Netflix or something. Then we're still going to do we're still going to do 3 drills. Yeah, no, I don't need your logic today and reasoning, Rumble Strip. I think I got this. Just build it and see what happens. That's my policy today. Conveyor tube. Just a plain old conveyor tube like this. Now, do we want to go out by 1 or 2? I think 2 is still good because that technically is kind of like the limit of how far you can go and not have little voxels hanging out in between. And it also means if I put a little bit of armor up on the side here, then it will have less of a chance of getting stuck in there. Okay, I think I'm good with that. So we will make that look... well, now I'm looking at this. And I'm like, this side was my intention. But what if they were staggered like this and one of them was more forward than the other? Good idea or bad idea? Because I could do it either way. That could be a... We could come off of there instead of off the sides of these things. That would still be okay in terms of width, technically. It would still drill out more than any armor on the side. I don't think I've ever done a staggered thing. It would look good. It would look better. Let's do it. This miner is built for looks first, and then secondarily, functionality. That's what we're dealing with here. Alright, one of these. Come on, one of those. Yep, you're exactly right, Lux. That's what's happening today. Is we are experimenting with whether or not what I'm building is awesome or nonsense. Let's see. We could have it stick out that far, I guess. Then it would stick one block out from the back of the ship. Dig a wider tunnel. I think we're going to do that unless it looks stupid. And then we're not going to do that. What was that noise? Was that the lightning striking something, or was that just me hitting the wall? There's nothing happening right now. We are flat. And actually, hang on. Is the weather actually clear right now? Yeah, okay, hang on. One of the other downsides of my script is that it...
Fuel low.
Yeah. The baseline max
Fuel
power...
critical.
Okay, fine. The baseline max power of this thing can be affected by me building a bunch of crap around it. So, I'll take a new baseline reading every so often. It is 6 p.m. right now in the game world. And that's all I have to say about that. And I'm out of hydrogen. So, I don't think I can transfer bottles over to the O2 gen. And also, where did all of my ice go? Did I... Oh, I took the ice out of the thing here. Do we have any ice left? We do. Give me some. So I can put it back into the thing here. There we go. Now we can start refilling my bottle again. And of course, refilling bottles is the perfect time for me to refill myself with water. Almost. There we go. Alright, what did I say I was going to name this thing? I already forgot. That's not a bad view. I could actually put some... I could put some screens on the back of this anywhere. Well, almost anywhere. But I could fit, like, basically 3 screens in front of me and be able to see information. I might be able to load up one of them various mining scripts that I got subscribed to there. That might help. Okay, let's figure out the thruster situation. I think 3 batteries is going to be plenty for a mining trip. Okay, the light flashing means it's detecting a weather event starting. I don't hear any lightning. The fun thing is that my script, because of the sensitivity of it, will often detect the weather change before the actual weather, like the in-game weather screens change, because they don't change until it gets to a certain intensity. Either that or it's just being weird. With the turbine being underground here, the script is not functioning in an ideal scenario here. Yeah. I think I got to change I got to adjust the sensitivity of it, because the fact that I'm just like building around this thing changes its wind speed, which is actually a fun, like the fact that is kind of an unintended gimmick of the game, you know, that blocks being placed near this wind turbine changes its optimal setting. I don't know how you want to explain it, but you know, I'm kind of blocking the wind, and the script is picking it up as it's thinking that there's a weather event happening. So I don't know. Normally, I would recommend, if you run my script, which is called Weather Station, it's on the Steam Workshop. If you run the script, put your wind turbine somewhere where a wind turbine should actually be, and then leave it alone. All right. We need some thrusters. Let's see. If I had them here-ish, would we burn a hole in the back of these drills? This is actually an important question. Would we burn a hole in the back of these drills? And I think the answer is a resounding maybe. I can't tell if that is... I think that will hurt the drill. Yeah, this thing is... we're going to do a test. Everybody loves a good test, right? That's what we're here for today, is testing. You know what? Testing doesn't work when you don't have power. I would suspect that these batteries are where they're going to stay, so let me weld one of these up. Okay, that's a good sign. So I think I might not put these... Okay, we could probably stop you here. Zero, there we go. For the sake of not visually looking like I'm cooking them, I think I'm not going to put them directly in line with it, but I could put them slightly above, or like one block above or below, and we'll be okay. So that works for me. So that will be our braking thrust. And we'll probably put more running up and down here. Does that block the vent? If I put them... I don't think that blocks the vent, because they're not airtight. So that shouldn't block the vent. Well, let's do another test. If I were to put one of you... oh, actually, could I even? Because that thing is there. I don't even think I can technically block the vent. We would have to... There we go. Alright. So, do I have oxygen in here? Yes, I do. Test complete. Okay. What kind of weather are we having now? It sounds like rain. It's a sandstorm. Is that a high wind event or a low wind event? That's a high wind event. Okay, so let's see. So we will do... Actually, I don't need... Ooh, actually, no. Let's keep you. Because then I can put you there. And that puts you one further back than if you were on here. So I don't think I'm going to be visually cooking anything. Nah, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Yeah. That is probably plenty of braking thrust. If anybody believes that is not plenty of braking thrust, let me know. Because I am happy to put tons more. I could probably fit them in a whole bunch of places. Right. Nice. Nice. That should be plenty of that. I think I am probably going to fit a few more downwards ones. I really hope we don't. I really hope 3 batteries is enough for this, but I'm going to try and fit a few more downward facing ones in between here. Is that how far I want them down? Probably just do 6. And that should be enough, I think. Yeah, these things are pretty short. That should be good, and then we could do a couple of rear-facing ones here. That we will put... I want to have a good amount of rear-facing ones. I always think, oh, I need a bunch of forward-facing ones because I'm going to be in a hole and pointed down, and I don't want to, the thing gets heavy, and I want to have enough braking force, and then, that works great. And then I turn around to leave the hole, and it's like, I can't push. I can't go out the hole, so you end up having to go out backwards. So this is probably enough. Forward or backward thrust. Braking thrust is also important so I don't kill myself when I back into things. If I got the room, I might as well put stick another one in here. I am going to do some more rear facing thrust, and the question is, do I want that underneath or on top? These ones stick up. I am stuck on so many things right now. These ones stick up the most, so I think I'm going to do them on the top. And I might put them like this. Yeah, I'm really getting nervous that this is not enough batteries, and I might end up filling in some of the cracks with, I need to get at least 2 gyros on here. I might fill in some of the cracks with some small batteries. Is that what I did there? Yeah. Ooh, I didn't plan on that, but I kind of like that. Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff right there. Okay. Okay. Did I miss any directions? We got back. We don't really need down. Yeah, I think that is good. Let's put a... it's interesting, because of the... I'm getting distracted again, but because of the way the atmosphere is in here, on this planet, the atmosphere is really thin, and I went into the MES settings, and I actually cranked up the spawn rates. Both the time between spawns and the number of ships that can be spawned at a single time. And I have seen barely any ships. I've seen a couple of parallax ships, and I haven't seen anything for a while. So, I think the way the atmosphere is really thin, I think a lot of the ships just can't spawn here, which is interesting. All right, let's put you. Where do we want to put you? Because I could maybe do like a row of a couple gyros on the top. We could bury you in there. Or I could... Actually, I probably got room on the bottom here too, don't I? Well, I guess I could, but I really want to kind of keep the connector clear. We're going to end up putting like a... Ooh, I do have space like here. I could put the gyros there. That might work. They'll be nice and protected on the bottom. Alright, let's put this thing, because this is a mining ship, we'll just put this there. You'll kind of see it from the top, I guess. I don't know. Or we could put it there. I don't really want to have it sticking up. We'll just jam it down in the thing there. Alright, that's there. Antenna. I do want to have an antenna on it just in case. Antenna, we can go... Oh, I don't want it to really stick up. We could put it underneath. Or we could just have the antenna lying flat like this. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we're gonna armor around this top anyway, so that'll be fine. All right, gyros. I am thinking 3 gyros is probably enough, and I hope I'm right about that. And what else am I missing? I was going to try and jam some small batteries in here. We could maybe put a row on the top. You don't have small warfare batteries, right? No. Maybe do like... That's probably enough. I don't want to go crazy with the small batteries. They're not super efficient. Alright, let's weld some things up before I can't get to things anymore. Let's shut you off. Let's shut you off. Oh, did I just shut the battery off? What did I just shut off? No, battery's on. Oh, was it this battery? Yeah, it was that battery. I want to get this ore detector. Small battery. Ore detector off. There you go. Then it shrinks down. Maybe I should switch where they are, because what's the point of having an animated ore detector if you can't see it, right? I took out where the ore detector was in my hotbar. So we'll just bury that under there. And then we'll put the ore detector. We'll put it... Is that the way I want to do it? Yes. It is important that it face the correct direction. Alright. Let's weld up some batteries. Okay, I'm gonna have to put a connector on the bottom at some point. Let's take all these thrusters, turn them off so this thing doesn't go crazy when I... Actually, it's landing geared, so it won't go crazy, but... while I'm in here... I don't remember what I said I was going to call this ship. But I am going to call it the same thing that I called the stream today, the minor inconvenience. Convenience. Alright. And therefore I can now call these things Atmo Thruster S. And these two things will be Atmo Thruster L. And then I can just throw all these in a group. We made 15 drills trying to figure this out. Alright, all these batteries... Let's toggle these all off for now. And we will... did I grab that bottom one when I did the batteries? I did, okay. That way we're not just, like, slowly draining these batteries before I even have a way to recharge this thing. I'm not going to armor it up or do any of the greebling yet. We'll do that next time. Maybe. I don't know. I might just use it how it is. Air vent. I love these full block air vents that we have now. I think that's fantastic. I am going to shut you off for the time being. And cargo. Let's see. Gyroscopes. If you haven't watched my streams before, it's really important to me that my terminal looks nice and clean, and I do spend a lot of time making sure that it is nice and clean. I have a really specific naming convention for everything, and it's just because when you get a lot of ships docked together, I don't like to just see tons and tons of things all over the place. And at the same time, when I hit G, I don't want to see a bajillion different things down in here. I just want to see only the things that I'm ever going to access from the hotbar. That's how I work. I used to do, my naming convention used to be like this, where I would put it in brackets, because then when the game shows you these things on screen, anything that's in brackets it puts in yellow. But then I ended up, I don't remember what script it was. I don't think it's a script I use anymore. But there was a script that was like, no, putting things in brackets has a specific meaning to me, and so it, like, my whole ship was messed up. So I started using the abbreviation of the grid, and then a pipe, and then the actual name of the thing. And having this block renaming mod is like the most helpful thing for that. Because I used to do like name one, and then go copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and that takes forever. Alright, so you I want to see not in the toolbar, not in the terminal, but on the inventory screen. Landing gear is going to get ground off. These cargo containers are going to be cargo M for medium. And I don't want to see them on the toolbar config, but I do want to see them in inventory, and I don't want to see them in the terminal. And the ore detector, it's modded, I'm going to crank it up. And you can just sit there, that's fine. Look at that. Nice and clean. Alright, let's keep welding. Yep, I just know I'm going to need a lot of those. So. Oh, I need you to make me some things, apparently. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I put in yeah, here we go. So I put in this mod called Production Quota, which attempts, it's like Izzy's inventory script that I was using on the asteroid base, where I could have a minimum number of things in stock all the time, and I'm thinking I'm going to try using this instead. So I thought that said paint chips for a minute there, and I thought, yeah, why not? You never know when you might need them. So I want you to... The thing that I keep running out of is... well, steel plates. Let's make sure I have at least 500 of those for now. And interior plates, let's have 100. construction components was the thing that I was really kind of doing this for, because I wanted to, I want to have to not tell it to make them all the time, basically. And motors, let's do 200 of those, and then the rest will go as we go. So then, the way this would work in practice is, if I build other assemblers, I would designate a main assembler, and that's the one I would put the quota on, and then I would put the other ones into cooperative mode, and then that would basically be that. All right, I should grab the things that I came here for, though. Okay, you're good. There we go. You're good. You need some parts. You need some parts. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. And then it's automatically starting to replace those. I should probably have it make large steel tubes also. Not nearly as many, though. Was that all of them that I had parts for? No, apparently not. Yeah, let's tell you to do large steel tubes. Just give me like 10. That should be plenty. Small steel tubes, give me 100, because I might need them for the decoys. And did I actually grab parts out of you? No, I did not. Yeah, maybe I need another thing already. Am I going to run out of ice? No, we're doing okay there. The battery is probably, yeah, the battery, oh, just got to full. Can I shut you off and just run off the battery for a while? Will you work that way? And by work, I just mean, like, will you be able to provide enough power? And it looks like you are, because we are only putting out, like, 400. Oh, are we only putting out... Wait a second. Hold on. Current output. Yeah, current input 36. Current output 3. Okay, so we're using very little power here right now. And this thing is doing its best to help us out with... the 36 kilowatts that it's able to provide with this ship here blocking its wind. Yeah, honestly, this I'm actually just going to shut this script off, because I'm not using it in a way that is particularly useful. So we'll just leave the wind turbine here for now. And I need stuff. Can you give me the stuff? Almost. There we go. All right. Making progress. 1. Did I get you? Yeah. Just keep poking it with the thing a couple of times until we get there. All right. Well, apparently having one assembler is not really enough to manage all of our needs right now. How many of these did I tell it to make? Did I tell it 200? I did. That's fine. It'll get there eventually. It's going to have to get there Sooner rather than later, though, apparently, because that's what I need right now. Maybe I should put a speed module on this thing. Give me the motors. Alright, we'll come back for you. Did I weld those up? I did. Yep. And now for the slow, boring part. I'm always interested in what other people's, I'm just catching up on chat here, what other people's naming conventions are. And, you know, if they tend to do the pipe thing or the brackets. I've seen people do the, where they'll do, instead of this, they'll do like a slash in between. I've also seen where they just like put the thing right in front. There's obviously no right or wrong way to do it. They're all, you know, whatever makes the most sense for you. But I'm always kind of curious what people come up with, because maybe there's a naming convention I hadn't thought of, and I want to try it. So, I'm taking another drink of water here. What time we got? Yeah, I'm probably not going to finish this thing tonight, but... Alright, how's my hydrogen doing here? Cool. I should probably publish a list of the mods that I'm actually using in this world. I think that would probably be a good idea. This series went on a lot longer than I expected it to. When I started, I was going through a couple of different scenarios, trying to find one that would be interesting. And I was on a different modded planet for a while, and I was... it was that planet was having issues, and then I ended up just like throwing my hands up and being like, I'm just going to do a space start. Just a plain old space start with not a lot of mods. And then I slowly started adding more and more mods, and now there's a ton of mods. So I should probably publish a list. As long as I can get this thing built before I run out of the ore that I brought with me from the asteroid base, I will be good. Because I could just go get more. Did I not? Oh. One of you. And then where else do I have the little guys? Yeah, they're the ones on the back. We're going to have to do this 2 more times, basically. And then the big ones. Kind of looked like my inventory went down. Oh, there's another open tide coming through. Maybe I should try and... At some point, I'm gonna build a combat ship, like a cheap combat fighter, and go fighting. Because I didn't do a lot of fighting at the asteroid base, because I was basically thinking like, it's a stationary location and not easily defensible. And if I do piss off the NPCs, then they're going to wipe me out. They'll overrun me because I'm just a single person here and I can't escape. But I feel like this hole in the ground is much easier to defend, in the sense that I don't think they're coming in here, and they're not likely to, like, puncture through the wall. I mean, they could. Reavers probably would. They'd probably smash into it, but... I don't know. But also I'm getting a little bit bored of not fighting people, so... We will see. But base first. Oh, I just put my motors into this cargo container. That wasn't who I wanted to build. Let's build you, and you, you. And let's see, you're good. Let's get you. I think that's it, yeah. Alright. Construction components and motors, that's what we need. How are we doing on ingots? I think we're doing good. I got a little bit more iron I could refine. Not a lot. We're still doing... I think we're still doing okay. I could break down these thruster components. And I'll keep the superconductors for now. I don't think we would get a whole lot. I mean, nothing worthwhile would come out of this, but... So my next stream will probably be Wednesday, as usual. I may or may not log in before then and just finish welding this up. It always seems like whenever I do that, something interesting happens. Like, one time I was welding up one of the ships on the asteroid base and I got attacked. And I wasn't recording. And I ended up trying to roll back the save and then, like, hit record right away before it attacked, and it decided not to attack. So, then I felt bad about that because it kind of felt like I was cheating. I mean, I won the fight, but it wasn't like a... Yeah, it would have been cool to show it, you know. I should... I mean, I put this mod in to give me this, but the other thing about Izzy that was nice was that it cleaned out the inventory, so I might try to find a script that just cleans and sorts inventory. You know, it's a little bit lighter weight than trying to run Inventory Manager. Construction components as well as construction components. Almost. Oh, there we go. Sandstorm is starting to come in the front door here a little bit. Let's grab those. Let's see, we built those. Was that the last small one? It might have been. Yeah, I think that's the yeah, right there. I think that's the last small grid, or small thruster. Cool. Let's get these big ones. And then we'll probably call it a day. Probably get this connector welded up too. Then what's left? Actually, I might... Nah, I'll just finish welding it up. There's not much left. Oh, there is one guy over here. Didn't see you. Yeah, then it's just drills and cargo containers, basically. So might as well just weld up the whole thing. That won't be too bad. Although I'm probably still just going to be waiting for tons of motors. And construction components. How much do these things take? 77 motors. How many motors does it take to spin a turbine? Oh, are you still missing something? Yes, you are still missing construction components. Alright, let me reset my thing here because I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, you're good. You're good. All of these should be good. They're all white. And then you. Okay. Cannot withdraw 56 motors. I do kind of like the way it, just by the nature of me pulling them, it kind of ends up staggering the orders. So it won't be like we're going to build 200 motors and then 200 construction components and whatnot. So, folks, if you enjoyed the stream tonight, feel free to give me a like on there. It does kind of help other people find the thing. I don't really like begging for likes and comments and all that stuff. I actually really hate having to do it, but it really does help. So if you liked it, give it a like. If you didn't, feel free to give it a dislike or leave it alone. I appreciate your honesty either way. There we go. It's like a race, like a relay race, and then I run back to hurry up and get it welded up. Alright. Why do I have 16 motors left? Was there another thing I was supposed to weld up? I don't think so. I think I got them all. Yep, okay. Let's grab these cargo containers and the connector. Yeah, I should have figured it'd be construction components again. I thought about using, because this is all ore, really? Interior plate? And have an interior plate? Because this is all ore, I thought about using the small connector, but it's just really hard to dock a small connector, so. Alright, I think just the drills are left. And their connector bits.
Energy low.
Just hold your horses. And there we go. I think the initial build with no... Did I change the color partway through? Yeah, I did. I made it gray. It started out blue and then it turned to gray. Alright, we'll figure out a single color for it. I actually kind of like this color. More than the original blue here. Yeah, let's use that color here. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Was that not the color? Why does it look less Why does it look way more gray than before? What was that? What color did I end up using? Was it this? That is not what I meant to do. Oh, and then I just overwrote my blue. Is that this blue? I don't think that was this blue. I think that's that top blue. No, that's that blue over there. So this would probably be something close to that. Yeah, let's just make a new blue. Alright. There we go. Slightly blue. Okay. So there we go. So we will next time... kind of feel like I want to turn those thrusters on and see if it's going to cook things. But, yeah, next time we will put a little bit of armor on it, get the rest of the stuff on it, which is mainly lights and screens and stuff, do a test flight and get a connector that it can dock onto and charge up. And...
Energy critical.
Fine, let me sit in the thing. Yeah, and then we'll start drilling this place out, basically. I want to do a couple more tunnels and get to like a larger kind of a hangar area first. And then from there we could just go off into separate like corridors and whatever kind of rooms we need or anything. Probably do a deeper room and put the all the industry stuff in there, the refinery, the assemblers and everything. At the moment, the very first thing we need to do is tunnel enough of this away that I can get the truck off to the side so that the miner can leave. Because right now the truck is in the way. And I'd have, well, I mean, obviously I could just back the truck out and take the miner out. It's not a big deal. But like if there's a thunderstorm or something, I need to get back in here real fast. I really don't want things clogging up the entryway. So that will be... then we'll find a nice out-of-the-way place to put that wind turbine so that it doesn't get messed with by me just being around it. I think eventually once we get a good solid flow of resources, like I go out and get some more iron, some more nickel, just the basics, and have a refinery going, then I could start to do some more outside the base things. Like we could build a wind farm out there, or even a solar tower, because I could just build a self-healing, like a single decoy should be enough to cover anything I put outside, because we wouldn't put a lot outside. And I do know that the lightning, it will destroy the small grid decoys instantly, but it will barely damage the large grid decoys, and they can be fixed faster than the lightning can hit them again. So as long as I have enough components in stock, and the assemblers should make sure that enough stuff is in stock. So not too worried about that. All right, so next time we will make the miner a little bit more resilient, just because the drills are kind of connected by a single point of failure at the moment. And there's plenty of ways that we can reinforce that. We will drill out a little bit more, and then we'll probably go on a couple of mining runs to get a couple of things, but we really do need to get like not welders, we need to get refineries and more assemblers going. So a lot of stuff to do, all the typical things that we need to do to get a base established. This truck that I'm sitting in isn't going to last much longer in terms of its battery power, but I could run its hydrogen engine. It also has backup uranium reactors too, so it's not like it's that big a deal. Yeah, so that's it. So that's what we're going to do next time, and I'm not sure in which combination of all those things we're actually going to get done, but that's going to be the plan. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Hope you had a good time, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.